Should we come up with stuff for GB News to talk about in case they're watching?
I don't think they are watching. Why? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know, just try and feed them. We should make something up and see if they...
There is something quite funny. Did you watch the segment last night with the Coast Guy and Dan Wootton?
I don't watch GB News, believe it or not.
Oh, well.
I saw a clip of it on Twitter. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I did not have it on.
You turned the sound on.
Yeah, I did not have it on last night. Hours. They were talking about...
Do you actually watch it?
Every now and again, yeah. I think I'm really sorry. It's quite good television. So much goes wrong all the time.
That's the opposite of good television.
Well, maybe to you. Anyway, so they were talking about ground temperature versus air temperature and how there is no such thing as global warming and how it's always been this hot and climate change is a myth to frighten you. And they're trying to make you frightened of weather. And it's so funny because at the same time, they were sort of showing this kind of carousel of images of Greece on fire. And do you know what they're now saying, a lot of the commenters? They think it's arson.
Oh my God.
Genuinely.
Yeah, there's quite a strong line in climate denial of basically blaming wildfires on arson. The gap in the thinking for me is, even if we accept that the fires were started by people, the fact that they have then engulfed an entire Greek island is like, people committed arson before. There was plenty of arson going around.
Yeah.
But it didn't result to like tens of thousands of people being evacuated from roads.
Okay, so do you know what? I'm gonna be devil's advocate there. Explain me the Great Fire of London. It was a very hot and dry summer, wasn't it? And everything set on fire.
Yeah, sorry, I don't mean... Right.
What?
So obviously, a lot of the buildings were thatched. Had a lot of flammable materials, and it was hot and dry. The well-documented and extensive warming of the planet has meant that the natural environment in Greece is now more susceptible to wildfires.
I'm glad that you took my point seriously.
I don't even really know what you meant.
Well, they could make the argument that fire spread rapidly then as well.
Right.
You've got to get ahead of the conspirators.
Yeah. You're giving them ideas. You're feeding them the lines.
Yeah,
How do you think I know all about this?
In 1945, Dresden experienced a firestorm. And maybe it was because the Allies dropped incendiary explosives on the city for days on end, but we had them before. Yeah, fuck me.
I think it's also just unfortunate and very quite Britain is crap era, Britain in its flop era. That we're doing. That we're doing.
Britain's got a flop on.
That we're like, this is happening. Like, Brits are experiencing climate change firsthand in Greece or other Greek people, but we're Britons, so we only care about Brits. And we're talking about fucking ULEZ, just being like, is this really a vote winner? It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. These 495 people who didn't vote. 496 people vote for Labour. We're not having a conversation about ULEZ. And like, Greece is on fucking fire. And it's the lack of urgency about climate change in British politics is actually just scary.
Build 1 million farms.
And Richard Sunak should listen to his fucking daughter.
The thing about ULEZ though is like, primarily it's about air pollution, right? But it's about air quality.
Yeah.
It's about improving people's health outcomes because of the air they breathe. Yes, obviously there are CO2 emissions from cars, but that's actually not the primary driver, right? It's like, it's an added benefit that it will reduce that. It's about the actual emissions, the other bits and pieces that come out of car exhaust and how they harm people's lungs. And the conflation of like, well, what we've seen from the Uxbridge by-election is actually voters aren't that hot on green policies.
Yeah.
Shut up!
And maybe we should, reflect and relax some of our aims to maybe not sell diesel and petrol cars after 2030, or push net zero back beyond 2050. It's like, that is not the interpretation.
Shut up.
Do you remember when we were children and there was that advert about driving 30? And it was like that child that was dead on the floor. Yeah.
Yes,
and then it was like,
30,
you don't want to hit this child, do you? So drive sensibly. I think we need to put choking children on billboards. So we need to be like, is your Range Rover really more important than little Sarah here? Because she can't breathe.
Yeah, that would be effective.
Probably more effective than the mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah, well, that's actually what it sounds like when an asthmatic child tries to say mate because they've been breathing in diesel. Mate.
Cool.